Yes, I really don't understand the point of view which suggests that somehow London is a very lightly regulated market, and that's why all this fraud and these misdemeanors take place here.
Because that's the reality of the situation. Okay, stop peddling that lie.
Okay,
hold on one moment, Max. Let's let Philip finish
deregulation in London. There's no regulation. You can rehypothecate to infinity in London. Stop telling lies.
Max Keiser, I'll give you your say.
Because panel members like that are lying.
I'll give you your say in a moment. Max Keiser in Paris. Let's just hear from Philip. Let Philip Booth.
There's no regulation.
Let Philip Booth finish his point.
And the Bank of England is totally implicated in this scandal.
Philip, please continue.
Yeah, the FSA...
Booth at this point. Let's go back to Max Keiser in Paris and allow him to vent his anger in a proper order here. Max Keiser?
Well, it's absurd to suggest that some kind of proper regulatory framework is in place and this is just a mild transgression. We have a hardened syndicate, a racket going on between Mervyn King, Barclays, other banks around the world to massage interest rates lower to help their speculative positions. Meanwhile, savers, people with real monies, people who have capital, people who have pensions are being penalized. People, Osborne is out there saying, well, we need to penalize more of the pensioners. We have to take more from them because they haven't participated in this austerity so far. They've been underwriting the austerity. Savers, the real capitalists in society, have been underwriting the speculators like Bob Diamond and Barclays, Mervyn King, and all the friends of George Osborne. So you need to understand that this crisis is a crisis now of central banking because the Bank of England has now been implicated in this scandal for trade and manipulating interest rates. That's a whole nother magnitude of crisis above and beyond just
let me put that magnitude of crisis,
Max. Fraud, like Barclays fraud.
Well, Max Keiser, let's put the example, for example, of choosing from airlines. But the point of view we're hearing from Paris, it would appear, is that all airlines would be corrupt. Your view, Max Keiser?
All right. The entire banking system, $800 trillion in derivatives and various other associated contracts, referred to LIBOR. LIBOR is the foundation upon which the global financial system rests, and it's been corrupted. They're manipulating LIBOR. Barclays is doing it to feather its own pocket in an illegal manner, and also the Bank of England. If you go back to 2008, there are emails from Gordon Brown's economic advisor to the Bank of England suggesting that they lower interest rates as part of the reaction to the 2008 crisis. That is market manipulation. That is going past the market as a function of free market capitalism, and now you are entering rigged market capitalism. Unfortunately, we are faced with the prospect today of there are no banks that are immune from this scandal because they are all participating to some degree, either directly or indirectly. And this goes back to whether we want a capitalist system where the market determines prices, or whether we want a command and control system like Mervyn King wants. He has some kind of Soviet idea of how to run an economy where his open market committee sets interest rates.
But briefly, Max Keiser, if I can ask,
let the market set prices.
What should be done? What should be done, do you believe?
Let the market find its own rates, let capitalism prevail, and don't try to step in there and micromanage these markets and manipulate markets in a way that looks very much like you're racketeering with your friends at Barclays, who incidentally report profits tied to this interest rate manipulation. That's one scandal. The other scandal is you're thumbing your nose at capitalism. That's a huge scandal. It's as if Britain can't make it on its own as a capitalist country. They want to be subsidized all the time by manipulation.
Well, Max Keiser, let's just put the question here to Philip Booth, if I may. If I may, Max.
Communist country.
Philip Booth, there may be areas there that you... Well, at that point, thanks to our guests in London, Philip Booth, also in London, Richard Reed, and in Paris, Max Keiser. And thank you for joining us on this edition